Hey guys, how's it going? So today I did my first podcast recording that I've ever done. It wasn't for my own podcast, it was for a friend of mine who asked me to help him out. Um, Definitely learned a lot in just a short amount of time doing my first recording. Had a couple little issues that I had to work out, but I think I've got everything pretty much good to go now. And I know I've been talking about starting a podcast for a while. I haven't really had the motivation, I guess, to get around to doing it. But today, just, having gotten one podcast recording out of the way, I feel like I could at least start on a simple format. Not too crazy. I don't have, 10 different camera angles or whatever. But I could at least, get some simple discussions going. And I'm hoping to specifically have my podcast centered around interviewing local musicians and artists primarily. Um, Also, anybody who's kind of just doing cool things for the community. Um, I'm trying to sort of stay in my own lane here of helping out the music scene, and honestly, after 5 years of doing the Mass in the Grass Music and Arts Festival, it's been pretty draining, physically and mentally, and most of all financially. That's been the biggest hurdle. It's not that I couldn't have done things differently to try to make money, but honestly, that was not my goal. Um, I always, hoped that I would maybe break even or at least come close to it, but, uh, you know, maybe went a little overboard on certain things based on the typical attendance we were getting. Uh, so, yeah, it's been quite a draining thing on my finances personally, and yeah, unfortunately, this year I just can't pull it off in any reasonable fashion. You know, Even if somebody was funding the whole thing and I had like an investor or a bunch of sponsors, I just don't have the time and energy. I'm trying to focus on other things that are more important, and kind of just get my priorities in order before I try to tackle doing any larger scale live events again. Um, so, that being said, I figured that, just doing a podcast would be a good way for me to still be contributing to the music community, and uh, in a way that's not going to cost me personally a lot of money. So I already have all the equipment I need. I mean, really, all you need for a podcast is one camera, which I have. Obviously, this camera here. I've got my phone camera. I've got a nice DSLR Nikon. Uh, so I have that equipment. I have microphones and all that, and so yeah, there's really not anything else missing in terms of getting that started. It's just the only thing that has been missing has been my own motivation to do so. And today, helping my friend out kind of inspired me to sort of get the ball rolling on that, even if I just start off with something simple. Um, Basically, to start, I would like to just, I may start with a close friend of mine who I know I have good rapport with, and can have a pretty lengthy back and forth conversation with, just so that things run smoothly, and so I can do a little bit of a test run for my own purposes. And then after that, I know a lot of people reached out before when I mentioned doing a podcast. I haven't forgotten about the people that have reached out and asked to be a part of it. So, I'll definitely try to make time for everybody. And ultimately, I'm open to having anybody be a part of it. Anybody who's got something they want to share, new music, a new website for their artwork, or just a new idea that they want to put out to the world. I kind of I don't want to get too much into political discussions or serious topics like that. Just because I, I feel like that's an easy way to get canceled, or just have people completely write you off because you believe something different than they do, which is not the type of person I am. I realize everybody has different beliefs, and not everybody thinks the same exact way I do, and diversity of thought is a good thing, I think. Uh, Even though, yeah, certain times, people say things that trigger us or make us mad. I really don't want to get into that stuff. I just want to focus on music, the music scene, people who are creating art, and who want, a platform to talk about what they're doing. And, you know, because it's hard when you're a musician, you just put music out there, and who knows if anyone cares to listen to it. And I think a big part of getting people to care is actually letting people know who you are, you know, both as an artist and as just a person living in the world. That's what has often attracted me to listen to a certain artist's or band's music, is the fact that I, watched something about them where they talked about their life and experiences, and something about that was interesting to me or connected with me. That has kind of inspired me to look deeper into, oh well, let me see what their music's like and what they're putting out. Maybe some of the stuff they talk about and their experiences is, I'm sure woven into their artistic creations. So, yeah, basically, I want to do a podcast, kind of in the traditional style. If you've ever seen, like, I don't know how many Bill Maher fans are out there, but I've watched his shows and his podcast, Club Random with Bill Maher, for quite a while. And I like the format he has, where he just kind of invites people on and just kind of, shoots the shit with them, shoots the breeze, whatever. Um, and, just kind of has just like a regular human discussion that's not scripted or anything, not really heavily edited. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time like cutting and pasting video clips and taking parts out and all that crap. I just want to keep it simple, keep it human and real, and I think in doing that, I could still contribute to the music community here. Maybe get a little more enthusiasm about it, inspire some discussions on how we can improve the local scene, and just how you even start a scene to begin with. Because honestly, you could call it a music scene that we have here, but it doesn't really feel like a true music scene. It doesn't really feel connected. There's a lot of, individuals and little groups doing this or that, but no one's really working together on any common goals. And that's why I started the festival with my friends, and we believed in that goal. But unfortunately, doing one a festival a year and some side little events really did not make the impact that I was hoping for in terms of achieving that goal. So I'm hoping that through this podcast I can change that and make a bigger impact with less money and less time. So yeah, I would like to, basically just have a regular discussion with people, talk a little bit about life and struggles, and of course talk about their work and what they're hoping to achieve, and any new albums or songs they have coming out. And I would like to, also play a couple songs maybe from each artist just throughout the podcast. Maybe take a little intermission at a certain point into the podcast, and just, here's the new song from whoever, and we just listen to it, and yeah, maybe kind of just interspersing music through those discussions, kind of like Jim Price does on his Homegrown Rocker interviews. Um, we can get people a little more excited about local music and original music specifically. Nothing against cover bands, or playing covers. I obviously have done that quite a bit through my own musical explorations, but yeah, anyway, that's basically the plan, and hopefully once I get this rolling, I'll put out like an online form or something where people can sign up and just put down their information, and I'll reach out and invite guests on as I have the time to do these recordings. I'm also, trying to help out other people with their recording projects and their podcasts and stuff. So, yeah, hopefully, I'm hoping this year will be a really good year. Last year was a rough one for a number of reasons, but I'm ready to hopefully turn things around, and hopefully I can bring back the festivals someday. I don't know when. I don't know if we're going to take a year off or 2 years or what at this point, but it just kind of depends on my financial situation and just my own ability to gather people together to help and just believe in the cause. But anyway, I'm just going to keep this fairly short here. I just wanted to put the word out that I am going to be starting that up soon, and yeah, feel free to message me if you want to be involved. If you've already messaged me, as I said, I haven't forgotten about you, and I will get to everybody as best as I can. I do have a life of my own. I'm trying to get a full-time job, and probably going to be still doing a lot of side work as well, so I hope I can somewhat regularly do this, but it's all going to depend on just my own mental energy and all that. So anyway, yeah, just keep an eye out, and in the meantime, if there's anything I can help with as far as recordings or stuff like that, live sound for shows or DJing at events, whatever it may be, feel free to message me. I'm always around. Try to respond as best I can to Facebook messages. But yeah, that's all I got for now. Yeah, just keep an eye out, and hopefully we can get some good work done here in the future. Thank you.